Yeah, on the animal space, V-I-C-E, cause no vice is strong enough.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Novice. Just needed to make this because I don't think that I made one yesterday. I might have. It all blurs together. I'm so conflicted right now. Yesterday, I attended my first men's support group for guys about my age, not necessarily my age, but just men overcoming porn addiction. And I felt really good. I felt really encouraged, really motivated that this is the type of support that I need and that this is going to help and I can put this in my rear view. And then immediately following that meeting, I got a notification that my Apple ID had been unlocked. Got into it, got into my email, got my phone completely set up. Yay! But some of you see where I'm going with that, which was that not 30 minutes after I had finished this meeting, I found myself in a relapse. And that was super, super discouraging because I liked to think that I was making the progress that I was making because of my own willpower and desire to change and to grow. And I'm not saying that all of that is lost, because that's part of relapse that you have to keep in mind, is that sometimes you might make mistakes, sometimes you might take a baby step backwards, and that's not to make allowances for it or to plan for that or to excuse it at all. But it is recognizing that, okay, is this the same as if I had spent all night indulging in that and thrown away all of the progress that I had made? And it was different than that, because since I've had a little bit more freedom, that's what any slip or relapse has looked like, where I spend 2 to 5 minutes relapsing or indulging or whatever words you want to use, and then clarity hits and I say, okay, now what can I do to learn from this? What can I do to grow from this? What can I do to make sure that this doesn't keep happening? Case in point, in this case, I had re-downloaded all of the apps that I had previously, and then quickly found myself on Reddit on an alternate account that I had previously used specifically for indulging in this addiction. So right after doing that, what I ended up doing was immediately logging out of that account and deleting the app, because I can't have that hanging around. I can't. So I want to show myself that I can do this while still allowing myself real autonomy and real independence. But it's a gray line. It's a blurry line. So I'm going to have to continue to put my focus on healthy diversions and healthy habit replacing. So wish me luck in that. About to jump into a full day of work, which usually tends to be super stressful for me. So hopefully, with the right support and continuing to go in the right direction, these type of videos are happening less and less. But this is the type of accountability, self-accountability, self-realization that I can't keep running from. To be able to sit down and to be honest, looking myself in the eyes and saying, I messed up. I shouldn't have done what I did. Here's what I can do to mitigate that from happening moving forward. So with that being said, guys, please like, subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comments. What have you found to be helpful? Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you will die, so remember to live, remember to love, and remember truth. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. Hey, What's going on, all you beautiful people? Hey guys, Novice from the future here. Now I know what you're thinking. What is this? I thought the video was over, and yeah, it was. But I didn't feel right leaving things the way they were after my relapse. So I came back later for a healthier and happier part 2. Enjoy. Just finished with a bike ride. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, just getting out and active. You can see my beautiful hat line emphasizing just how large my forehead really is proportionally. You don't super notice it until you see where a normal person's forehead would end and their hairline would begin. Anyway, feeling a lot better today. Feeling good, not about my relapse, of course, but just about all things considered, that I'm taking the right steps to make sure that that doesn't become a habit. Getting some really good advice from support groups, being provided with some of the right resources. Over my lunch break today, I spent some time working on music, creating some songs. Just finished one called Shattered Silhouettes. There's a few different versions of it, but I think I finally found one that I like that captures the feel that I was going for.
Now all that remains are shattered silhouettes, dancing in memories I just can't forget.
So super excited about that. Check it out on Suno or wherever I end up dropping it, but my tag, my user on Suno is RoyalNoviceMusic. So if you haven't already, definitely go check that out. Be a huge support to me if you would, and subscribe while you're at it. Hit the like button and stay engaged. You know, that's we're a community now, so you're locked into this as much as I am. On a more serious note, though, I finally got myself set up with an official accountability partner, which is, ironically enough, for better or for worse, it's my brother, Sam. Hopefully you guys are familiar with Sam, you know him. If not, that's okay. He might prefer to be behind the scenes or not involved with the channel at all. Either way, that's fine, but he's a great guy with a big heart who's just dealing with a lot of the same issues that I am, and addiction is very, very real. So I figured he's my flesh and blood. I love him more than almost anybody else on the planet. Why don't we work on this together? So he's super keen on that idea. Provided them with some of the resources that I found today over my lunch break. Namely, I want to get this right, is Dr. Trisha Lee, who I believe, and this part I don't know for sure, I know she knows a lot about neuroscience. I know that for sure. I believe she's a neurologist or some sort of neuroscientist of some sort, and she specializes specifically in porn addiction and chronic masturbation addiction, and how you can reprogram your brain basically through creating new habits, healthier habits, to replace the addictive habits that are formed while consuming porn, that make it habitual, that make it addictive. So that's why I'm trying to be better at planning out my day. It's hard to plan anything specifically over lunch break, but I figure either investing in the channel and being creative in that sense, or investing in myself and absorbing more support groups and methods and tips and tricks that are going to continue to help me. So that's my plan for right now over lunch breaks. I'm going to start reaching out to Sam while I'm on my lunch break, because I know that's tends to be a little bit of a slower time in the day where I might be more prone to feeling like I want to relapse or need to, or you know, whatever. But Dr. Trisha Lee, she's got a lot of great podcasts, a lot of great advice and resources in breaking down some really common myths about porn usage, and particularly about masturbation habits and what's healthy and what's not. And I know this is probably not YouTube friendly, probably not monetized, but hey,
I'm not monetized anyway, at least not yet. So if I have to censor that, I do apologize, guys. My goal is to be as candid as possible, being authentic, being honest. That's memento veritatum, or veritatum. Veritas, meaning truth, being honest. Because secrets make you sick. And that is a truth. And I spent my whole life learning that. And I've known it for years and years and years, but could never bring myself to allow my secrets to come out. Too afraid of what people would think of me, that I wouldn't be understood, that I would be judged, that I would be hated. And I'm sure there is some of that. But working on self-betterment, to touch on a Christ-like perspective, whether you subscribe to Christianity or not, or wherever you stand on that. I think it was Muhammad Gandhi who said that you Christians are not like your Christ. In other words, that, hey, whether he was the Son of God or not, Jesus Christ was a genuinely good dude with genuinely good teachings. And I believe I know that why that is. Not to say that he's been the only good dude, but that belief system aside, the stigma around addiction, particularly with any sort of sexual addiction, whether it's straight up sex addiction or chronic masturbation or porn addiction, especially virtual porn addiction in this day and age, in this society. You have this brick in your hand that gives you instant access. And that's what Dr. Trish talked about as well, was access, affordability, and avoidability, I think is the A she used for that. All that to say that it's easy to hide, which really makes this particular addiction one of the most difficult to successfully overcome. Maybe not the most damaging, but certainly one of the most difficult. The synapses in the brain are firing exactly the same way as with crack cocaine, supposedly. I'll try to cite my sources. These are the resources that I have been provided with, what I've been told by people that I trust, but I always encourage you to do your own independent research. Make sure you're not just taking my word for it. But the research that I've seen shows that from a neurological perspective, from a neuroscience perspective, this is one of the most difficult addictions to successfully overcome. So we're going to do it, because I'm always one to step up to a challenge. And when somebody tells me that I can't do something, I want to say, watch this, because I'm done letting this rule my life. I have a quit date, an official freedom date. By this date, I will have permanently put this behind me. And I'm well on my way there. But what that means is that by October 14th of 2025, that is in roughly 3 months, that this is going to be in the rear view. And I can finally say with full confidence that no vice is strong enough to go against me. So, if you're in that same situation, if you have been in that same situation, if you know anybody in that same situation, please share this video, like, subscribe, comment, let me know your experiences, what's worked for you, what's helped you, because we can do this together. You are stronger together. All right, so that's me for the day, signing out. Remember that you will die, so remember to live and remember truth. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.